websites operate like telephone systems from 15 years ago when caller ID wasn't present. Seems pretty ridiculous, doesn't it? With technology, it's easy to identify what companies are on your website. So this is more than just the Google Analytics report of here are some host names on your site. Actually understanding what companies are on your website, even though they're anonymous. We call it anonymous visitor capture or caller ID for your website. So 99% of the websites out there are operating blind when it comes to understanding what companies are on their website at any one time. It's like having a phone and having caller ID turned off. It absolutely doesn't make sense. So that was one of the core ideas that we had. We want to know who's on our website. We do that with some simple technology. We can take the IP address of a visitor, look it up in the ARIN database, the American Registry of Internet Numbers, and understand who owns that network, who owns that IP address range. And we can say, hey, Accenture in the Atlanta office is on your website. It might not be useful. The company might be so big that it might not be relevant. But for many companies and many businesses based on who they sell into, it's actually quite relevant. So caller ID for your website. Another big part of marketing automation, and one of the reasons that I started Pardot, was the ability to understand what prospects were doing in between the phone calls and in between the sales calls. Right? So at the simplest level, that's understanding their behavior on the website. What web pages has John Smith individually visited? What white papers has Jane Doe individually downloaded? What webinars have they signed up for? What free trials have they signed up for? And having all that information available from a single universal platform. The challenge that I had as a marketer was using Google Analytics was great. It showed me macro level hits and visitors. It showed me entry and exit pages. It showed me geographic patterns of my visitors. But as a B2B marketer, I only care about my individual prospects and what companies are on my website. The Google Analytics information is actually quite worthless. Whether I had 10,000 visits last month or 9,500 visits last month, it didn't materially impact the business. What it did impact the business was understanding the prospects and what they were doing on the website. And then using that information to be able to optimize where my sales reps spend their time. So lead tracking and then caller ID for the website, two very core parts of marketing automation. And